So with that said, I wanted to talk with that said. If you know me, then you know it's that. If you know that that's the word that we say here. If the word that I didn't like in the beginning, with that said, but now it's just like, damn, with that said, okay. I also noticed I'm a little more comfortable making my vlog right now. A lot more comfortable. I think I'm a little more comfortable talking to you guys because this is who I've been since the beginning. Okay, I was so shook. I was like, who should I show? Who should I show them? But me, so let's get right into it. Hey guys, it's me, Iris. I'm gonna just start off with don't mind my nails because I already forgot that I had my nails like this. So you know what? You're gonna see them, and I don't want any comments about them. If you gonna comment about anything, actually, you know what? I don't care if there's comments about them. That helps the algorithm too. So hell, comment away. Anyways, so this one is you know what? I'm a lot more excited making this vlog than I thought I would be. Actually, when I visualized this, I thought I was going to be a little bit disappointed because to talk a little passionate to me, but you know what, it shouldn't be disappointing. It's actually very exciting news for myself. But the only reason why I'm sharing it with you guys is because in the end of the day, I started to finally take my vlog seriously. And with that said, I'm just intimidated on the idea of not being able to commit to the whole consistency of every Wednesday and every Sunday. I'm worried about the potential of the fact that I might have yet again started a new project that might end up just hurting another project that I'm working on right now, which right now is my YouTube. Kind of just decided to hop on really taking my YouTube a little more seriously because of the fact that it was COVID and I ended up getting laid off because of my job. So I actually did have a job, still technically employed, just not able to actually go into work because at least for this my workplace, we haven't hit a phase where they have called many people back yet. It's probably most likely just the major managers there right now. So with that said, I wanted to talk with that said. If you know me, then you know it's that. If you know that that's the word that we say here. If the word that I didn't like in the beginning, with that said, but now it's just like, damn, with that said, okay. I also noticed I'm a little more comfortable making my vlog right now. A lot more comfortable. I think I'm a little more comfortable talking to you guys because this is who I've been since the beginning. Okay, I was so shook. I was like, who should I show? Who should I show them? But me, so let's get right into it. So I have had a passion for psychology for a long time. I've definitely mentioned it in some of my old videos. I have mentioned it most likely in the next 5 years video. I've noticed that anytime I go back and watch that video, it's actually one of the second videos I made. So if you go down, you'll see a very poor quality, terrible video. So I'm not going to say you'll enjoy it. I'm just saying if you watch it, you'll see what I predicted for myself within the next 5 years. And so far, I'll say that a few things have come true. So, you know, we'll see where it keeps going. But, yeah, I am considering going back to school right now. It's just an idea. It's definitely going to be a strong idea. It's not an idea. It's actually like, I am going to take these next couple of months to prepare to try to register by January. And with that said, if I feel like, for example, like, I'm telling you this, I'm trying to take school very seriously this time. So if I feel like if it starts to get close to January and I don't feel like the preparations I've made while trying to maintain the glorious amount of actual efforts that I put in for myself this year and feel comfortable getting ready to be into school, then I'll most likely go the next semester. So right now, if I'm working towards January, that'd probably be like March or September. However, my goal is to get into school and register after I've made like a little school plan. One of the biggest things for me that I definitely I kind of wanted before I went to school was first I did really want a vehicle, and I'll be honest, it's kind of like if I'm gonna go in January, let's just say if I go in January, I'd most likely have to do OSAP if I wasn't going to, for example, try to get a car before that time, because realistically school would be like $3,000, and you know, 3 to 5 grand is a good down payment on a car. So it's like, you know, I have a lot of things to think about, because one of the things that always was really hard for me when it came to school was getting to school, specifically the morning times. I didn't really like getting to school in the morning times, waking up really early and then still having to take the bus. There was times where I had this ridiculous notion in my mind where I still felt like I was a little elementary kid who had to run to her yellow bus and like go off to school, like, and that sounds ridiculous because I'm sitting there with a full college pass with like a whole bunch of other college students. Back when COVID wasn't existing, we were all shoulder to shoulder, and they like literally would like stuff you in there like a sardine. Like if you thought Toronto was bad, oh nah, Durham has no respect. I promise you that. Y'all stuck together. Y'all passed the yellow line. Like shit gets real. I mean, and I'm not, you know, I haven't been in Toronto for a long time. And by that, guys, I just basically mean I don't feel comfortable saying that Toronto could be as bad as Durham, since I haven't been in Toronto on their buses for a long time actively. Like, it's just not enough time to be able to judge, honestly. But you know what? If you haven't seen this vlog, it's two down in the playlist, so you know, check it out. It's actually amazing. But I've seen some buses, like I've actually gone to like, I've actually taken some of the GO buses down to, for example, like Scarborough Town Center. That's Scarborough. Anyways, I've gone to Union Station. I've taken some of the buses down there, and like, I don't know, it's just whenever I seen a full bus, there was still kind of some moving room. Like, there was still some form of kind of like, yo, bro, don't stay near me. Like, I felt like it was a Torontonian vibe. Like, don't fucking touch me. I said the F word anyways. Don't touch me. But, like, in Durham, it's like, yo, get on this bus because we're going to stuff you in to the point where you're like a can of sardines. And then on top of that, since you're bouncing out of the yellow line and you're basically touching the 2 hem doors, we're going to have to keep passing everybody, even though we run half an hour to an hour every bus. So anybody out there who's sitting outside in the cold, let's just say it's winter time, and like the bus so happens to be full, which is like all the time because it's a college and the bus is just always full, no matter what time of the year. Sorry guys, I'm actually really thirsty. The buses are running any time of the year and it's always full, and it's winter time and someone's like sitting there and it literally says bus full, it says next bus, sorry. And you see like the person literally at the door staring at you as you're going by. They're like staring at you because they're like on the class and you're just like, wow, that was in half an hour. I really should have been late for this class today because the next bus most likely will be like that because most people are just gonna need to hitch a bus and I'm just probably not. And then it's 2 hours too and you actually miss a class. No, I'm not even playing. Sometimes it can be like that. It'll never be 2 hours too. I only had that once happened in Durham. Durham's pretty disrespectful. Once. But not because of school. They were just disrespectful and it was like really late. But you know, that's another story for another day. How about that? We're talking about college right now. So yeah, after I just went on a tangent that almost caused me to lose oxygen and probably like life, brain cells, things that help with your brain being fed because it needs oxygen, and I was just not breathing properly. I am really interested in psychology and I want to pursue going into psychotherapy. It was always like this big war in my mind, like do I want to become a psychiatrist? No, I don't really want to give people like medication, but at the same time I want to be able to have the skill set and I guess the degree. It's a medical school. I haven't researched the medical school part because I'm not there yet, right? But the part where you go and get your medical school, that's a degree, if it's a certificate, if it's whatever it is, a diploma. If it's a diploma, then I want to be able to be qualified to be able to hand out medication. Is basically the end, all it is. And I want to be able to just mainly help people with their minds because I've had an extravagant journey due to the fact that I have my own mental wellness. We all have a mind, and you know, there's a lot of things that I have theories about, and I just want to get into that field. But I know that the earliest way that I can get into that field, make money, and still be able to like continue my education, whether it be full-time or part-time at that point, is becoming a nurse. So I actually didn't want to tell you guys that. I didn't want to tell you what kind of program I was actually going to take. That's because you know, silence is usually power. But yeah, I mean, who cares? In the end of the day, that's the whole point of my channel, to help people out there. And if anybody wants kind of like who knows, there might be someone out there who's thinking about getting into the path of healthcare and other things like that, and they don't know how to approach it. If you're not as smart as I was, should I have said, yeah, no, that is actually the right way to say it. It wouldn't have made sense if I said if you were smarter than me. Because if you were smarter than me, you would have technically already known this. But yeah, it took me a long time to realize that I probably should just get into nursing first, be a nurse, and see where I can continue to take my education from there. And I know that all of my hobbies will support that, because technically YouTube, like what I'm doing right now, a video, edit, upload, if I have time, do it again. You know, I'm definitely intimidated by homework. I'm not intimidated by studying anymore. I definitely see the value in studying and all these things like that. I just pray for me when I get there. We're not there yet because I haven't even registered or anything like that. But like, you know, pray for me for now, because like honestly, like I love school. I really do love school. I love being in school. I take my school seriously when I'm there, but there's definitely times where I haven't taken it seriously. There's been times where the providence was just not on my side. And then there's times where I just let the emotions of me get the best of me. That was all 3 times that I went to college. The first time was because I was young and foolish, and I definitely wasn't trying to be in school. I wasn't even ready. I only stayed in there because I had an ultimatum when it came to living here. It was like, live in our house, go to work, or go to college, or don't live in our house. And I was like, you know what? I don't have first and last, and your ultimatum is kind of immediate. I'm getting sick of shelter, so let's go to school. And I ended up registering, and it just didn't work out because it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. But at that point, I think I was already frustrated, and I moved out anyways. I know, it's crazy. Isn't that crazy? I just actually, that's why I got really quiet for a second. I was like, wait, wasn't I living on my own at that time? Yeah, the first time I went to school, I actually did. I registered for school so I wouldn't get kicked out of my own damn house, which they probably wouldn't have kicked me out in retrospect. I'm starting to learn a lot about me and my family now, which is good because that brings us closer together. I don't know why sometimes my lungs are so hard to like breathe when I make these vlogs. This is the only thing that I definitely think is a challenge, is like, even if I'm not running on, sometimes it feels like you're just trying to get so much words out because it's already been like 5 minutes. Like, how long has this vlog already been? See, it's already been 10 minutes. I gotta wrap this up. And you're just like, ugh, so many words going out. So, that was the first time I went to school. First time I went to school, I legitimately just wasn't in it. Wasn't in the zone. Didn't even want to go. Second time I went, I did want to go because of the same similar plan that I'm doing right now, since nursing is about like 2 years, I believe it is, before you can actually start applying to a place. Maybe 3, I'm not sure, because there is something that you have to register for, and I'm not sure if it's a process. If it's a process, then it might be 3. If it's not a process, it's a couple of months, like, or maybe it's a bridge away once you're already through nursing. I'm not there yet. But all I do know is that you do have to register for like some nursing institution, and it could be an extra year or not. I don't know yet. But I'm gonna, same as opticianry, similar to this. Opticianry, the whole thing is that after the 2 years, number one, the school already introduces you with so many different opticians, because it's kind of similar as to like what I mentioned with the Nursing Institution of Ontario. Like, there's this little thing where they have an institution and you all just have to like take the test and get in there and be qualified. But by then you've already met some really well-known opticians and stuff like that throughout your journeys, so like you're already like networking, and then like you get a job really easy because you already know opticians and they kind of trust you because they know you from the program. And that was like the big bonus thing for me, was like, oh shoot, like you kind of like, this is the things that the instructor of the program is telling me. Like, she's like, you kind of just already get bridge weight in there because you're in the program. So I was like, great. But I ended up getting my OSAP in November. I applied in August, mind you, so for anybody who's like, oh, you should apply early, I did. But I got my OSAP in November, and I was literally skipping classes, trying to be able to save money so I can like afford certain stuff so I can actually excel in the class. And by the end of it, I was just like, I think I gave up in October, and that's when I just like got really addicted to video games, which totally made my parents think that that's the reason why I dumped college. They didn't even realize that I was doing some like really upsetting things to try to like hustle to be able to make money, to like, I was like everywhere trying to get my ass to school. That's all you need to know. Anyways, long story short, last time I went to school, I just met too many people. Met too many people who are not about me. Not about me. Not about me at all. No, 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 no. So yeah, now I'm here. Now I'm fucking here. I'm here and I'm like, damn. I feel like I actually know what I want to do and where I want to go, so let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. So thank you for listening to me tangent. I always appreciate you guys. I can't wait. Soon I'm going to get my contacts, guys, and I'm going to do an update on the Hubble contacts again. I'm not sure if you guys remember, I did that video a while back. And honestly, I just went through a rough patch through COVID, transitioning from working to making just the emergency insurance. I don't even remember what it's called. I think it's emergency insurance or employment insurance. That's what it is. Employment insurance. So yeah. And also trying to invest in myself because I'm really trying to take everything seriously this year. Like, I'm still also needing to make that vlog where I spent $2,259 on Amazon, and I feel comfortable about it because the whole thumbnail is going to be a statement. Like, I've been ready for this vlog. I've been ready for this vlog, but like, no, I care about me, I care about myself. So that's what I meant by balancing too, because it's like, damn, like some people just don't understand me. I don't care. I'm not gonna explain that much to you. If I tell you, who cares actually? Actually, no. There's 14 minutes. I'm not gonna say anything. We'll save that for another day. We'll save that maybe for the next vlog I'm actually trying to make. Well, this one. Bye, y'all. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you gonna ride with me. If you got any school advice, I'd love it. And I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. I Referral out. Orange for my aunt. The blonde win for my aunt. She passed away in May 26, 2013. Her birthday is in 6 days. Happy birthday to the best Virgo alive. And I'll see you guys around. From Iris.